Well, hello there, it's the Archivist from TradingCardArchives.com. I'm here today to do a video I've wanted to do for a long time, like 3 weeks now, but I've been holding off on just because I had so many other videos I wanted to do too. But we're finally going to get around to it. It is Kayou's The Three Kingdoms. Now, as you may or may not know, last month Kayou released the third edition of the art card series, which I think is everyone's favorite. The cards look amazing. We got this first edition of it early last year, and then, late last year we got this second edition. Just as good, very slight variations between these two. And then edition 3 came out kind of right at the end of the year. And as you see, I have not opened it yet. So this is still a sealed box that I haven't opened quite yet. So we're going to open that today and figure out what it is. And then down here, you have the first edition of the Three Kingdoms TCG. And so what they did is they went ahead and took the amazing art from this set and then repurposed that art on TCG cards. And you'll see they have rules and things on them. It's kind of a weird product. There never was a second release of this. I don't think there probably ever will be. I think maybe this is what we're getting now. Instead, these were much more popular than this. But still I have this, so we're going to look at this too. So my intention in this video is to give you a good idea of what all these look like, but focused on figuring out whether this set is good to buy or not, or if maybe you should stick to the others. Because a lot of times the changes between these can be good or they can be bad. Like they might have changed the odds in a way that make it really hard to pull big cards from here, or maybe not. We'll find out. But just to get us going, let's take a look at actually, before we look at that, let's talk about a couple things. So first off, I always like to point out this website, tradingcardarchives.com. I don't update it as often as I should, but it still has a lot of interesting articles and a ton of images of the cards that we've pulled. Nearly 2,000 high-resolution scans of different cards we've pulled are available there if you want to take a close look at them. The other thing is our channel is... Well, I might post this video after the giveaway's over, but we either are running or just ran a giveaway. I'm not sure. It depends on when this posts. I'm recording it before the giveaway is over. So congratulations to whoever won. Anyway, we run giveaways on the channel, and if you want to get in on those, the best way is to subscribe. So if you can if you're not subscribed already, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot. It gets that subscriber number up. That's kind of a key metric for YouTube. And if you don't feel like subscribing, drop me a comment. Even just a "hey, that was cool" comment is super helpful. So yeah, if you can do that, that would be awesome. If not, enjoy the videos. That's good enough too. I hear a lot of people like to play my videos at night. I've actually heard that a lot from 7 or 8 different people who say they put my videos on as kind of their way to go to bed. And I don't know, like, again, I keep thinking of that, like, oh my god, am I that boring? But they don't mean it like that. I think they mean it more like it's the calm voice that I use is very kind of calming maybe for them, or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but anyway, a lot of people have said that to me, and I always take it as a compliment, because sleep is one of the hardest things to get, and if you ever don't have sleep, you will understand how valuable that is. So if I can help someone get to sleep, I'm actually happy. That's really good. I'm kind of happy with that. Okay, so anyway, back at what we're doing here. So as you can see, my first edition box, we're going to empty it today. So we're going to open the last 3 packs of that I have. And you can still buy these. I actually have 1 box of this in the giveaway. But I think at this point, you're probably better off buying one of these. But there are good cards in here. And we'll compare them all, but I want to show you this box because it was a very beautiful box design, really well designed box with some super pretty aspects to it. Now, it was meant to be, actually this one doesn't have the perforation on it to be torn the way these do. See how that has perforation here so that you could tear it open and make it a display box? This one wasn't quite like that. But you will notice that the tops of these boxes require you to rip this tab off in order to access the contents, and they don't use a security sticker. And it's actually super hard to get these open. If you open them from the bottom, there's this plastic piece in between you and the packs. You won't be able to get to the packs that way. So the only way to the packs is through the top, and to get there, you've got to rip it. So these boxes are actually pretty secure. And then we'll take a look here at the odds of all three once we've got some more packs. So for 2, I have a lot more packs. So what we'll do is we'll grab 3 of those. Wait, how does this close? Like that. Okay, gotcha. And then we'll put that here so you can kind of see the odds and stuff for that one. And this we haven't opened yet. Let's take a look at this. This is, again, the TCG. So I'll show you the odds on the TCG. It's very different from these. You'll see it's really a different thing. But the TCG has 158 cards, 9 different rarity levels, and that's all the levels there. And then you can see that Kayou is using the pack configuration system. And the way that system works is, instead of in the West where there are just like inserts randomly in some of the packs, and that's how those are like your hit packs, the way these manufacturers in Asia work is they will print different types of packs. They all look the same, but there are distinctly different ones, and you can tell when you open one what it is. And so in this box, there's 36 packs. Only 4 of those packs even have a chance at getting the top tier cards. All of the other ones are limited to the lower tiers. And there's 16 of them are limited to just the base tiers. And then another 16 can get, URs and things. But then the really top cards are only going to be in 4 total packs. That's it. And so if you start to open a pack and you see like one of those in it, it's going to be the low pack and it's not going to have a big. So yeah, that's how the rarity systems work in these sets. And then, like I said, this is an actual TCG. So there are rules, and there are like a ways to game. It's got a whole game and everything. I did a translation of all this in a different video if you wanted to learn how to play it. Although, like I said, this particular product was never as popular, and so I don't think many people at all play it. We'll open 6 of those because, yeah, they're not going to be as nice. It's going to take more to find a good card from those. And then let's take a look at this. So this is the 3rd edition. Let me get it open, and then we'll check out the box. I hope the box is as good as the others, because the others had very well designed boxes. This one seems like it went a little bit more commercial because it's got like pictures of the cards on it. Wow, tough to get out too. I did it. I succeeded. Okay, so it's priced at the 10 yuan level. That is common. It says 3rd edition here. Doesn't have quite as much, like this one had a lot of intricate foily work done on it. Not as much on this one, but it has some pictures of the cards, seal, some more pictures here, and we've got the odds on the back. All right, so then let's go through. Oh, let's get the packs out. Sorry, let's get the packs out, and then we'll go through the odds. Oops. See what I mean? It's really hard to open this without leaving a sign that you opened it. And then this box also has the perforation here. So it was designed to be torn open and then used as a retail box. You can see inside it has, these are printed so that it would, look good for your retail customers. No hit pack in this. I always check. Sometimes Kayou includes them, but I guess they did not include them in this box. Yeah, we'll take 3 of those packs. There we go. So here are the different odds. Okay, and so let's go through it. So then in set 1 had 143 cards at 9 different levels, and your odds here are out of 90. Now, in one of these boxes, you're getting 18 packs in a box, and 90 divided by 18 is 5. So these odds are set up as if they were 5 boxes, right? So you can basically divide this by 4 to see how it is. So 5 of the packs that are in this box had a chance at the top rarities. All of the other packs didn't have a chance, right? So this is Kayou's classic rarity from about a year ago. They used to do it that way, where they had a lot of low packs and very few high packs. They flipped that in this set, and it looks like they've carried that forward here. So in this set, the second one, we have more cards, 178 at 10 different rarity levels. And remember, there are limited numbered cards in these sets that sell for quite a lot of money. So these sets have a great secondary market. But then looking here, now you have 9 packs that are the low configuration, 3 that are sort of guaranteed low, and then 6 that can have the top rarities. So you have like more packs that could possibly have the upper rarities in here. Although again, there's a lot of upper tier rarities crammed into those 6 packs. So you still aren't going to get a ton of hits from one box, maybe like 2 or 3, right? And then moving into set 3. Wow, it's a much bigger set. So here you've got 210 total cards. There are 36 different limited cards. That's what these are. So these 5 down here are actually limited to just 9. So there's 9 total copies of that card in the entire set, whereas this one up here has 666, which I know that number, a lot of times when Chinese use numbers, we think of them differently. But yeah, in America, 666 would be like a really bad number. In China, that actually means smooth sailing or having a smooth life, because the number 6, that symbol also means smooth. So 666 is actually like a really happy, lucky number in China. It's not a bad number at all. That's why they're using it there. Then you've got kind of 122 of these sort of base rarity cards, and then 52 high rarity cards. So they've broken the setup in a different way here. But at the pack configurations, it's the same as this. So it's 936. So the same kind of pack configuration as this one. And it was printed in 2023. I was hoping maybe this would be my first 2024 box, but still 2023 on this. Okay, but there are the three Kingdoms boxes. We got them all. So I'm going to get rid of this box now because I don't need to store it anymore. It's kept. And let's lay our packs out and get a nice picture here. So here's the new packs. Here are the, let's put them over there. Here are the TCG packs. Here are the second packs, and here are the first. Always like to get like a good picture of what I'm doing before I actually get to it. I'm gonna do this again. That was all very random. Here you go, here you go, here you go. Okay. That's looking good, right? Yeah. Take a picture like that. Awesome. And then, yeah, we'll get to it. And I guess the way we'll do this is probably, we'll do 2 of these, and 1 of these, 1 of these, 1 of these, then 2 of these, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. So that'll be our pack order. And let's get to it, and we'll see what we pull today. And now, even though these are the TCG cards, there are art cards in here. There's weapon and location cards that are full art. So you can get full art cards out of this. And I guess there's also these general cards in here that can be full art as well, although they are rare. This will be in every pack. It's just kind of a very quick guide to the rules of the game. And honestly, that's all you need to know to play this game. It's a very, very simple TCG. Basically just rock, paper, scissors with some numbers. And then you've got the rarity system on the back. And Kayou uses, these days, they use this L system to help us understand the rarities. These words here describe what that rarity is, but the levels here are easier to understand. So an L1 is the least rare and L5 is the most rare card. So maybe I'll just leave that over there so we can see them all. And then, yeah, there have hidden information backs because it is a TCG. But like I said, there are some art cards in here still, and this is one of them. And it's going to be very beautiful. So this card, though, is exactly the same card as you can pull from the art card packs. It even has the same number as the art card packs. The reason it's in here is because these cards get used as locations for the TCG game. Well, they're very beautiful art cards on their own. Okay, and then here we have an L3. So this is a pretty higher tier card. Now that art will be in the other packs, but it'll be like a full art. But then for the TCG, they use it and they put a rule beneath it. Then you have an attack and a defense value. Yeah, that's a pretty nice card there. And then these are just low tier cards, both L1 and this one is L2. So we don't need to look too closely at those. But like with any TCG, dupes are useful here because when you're building a deck, you actually kind of want, to have multiple copies of your best card in there. You don't want just one. So having dupes for a TCG is not a bad thing. This I will throw away though because we don't need a ton of copies of that. And then let's see what we got here. So more. These are our L1s. This is an L2. Another L2, and another L3. So this is the same as that type of card. Beautiful art and foiling on here. I mean, Kayou is a master at making these kinds of cards, so we shouldn't be at all surprised that they're very pretty. All right, now on to the art cards. This is the first edition. I'll show you the pack here quick. Same information that was on the box. And whenever I'm showing stuff like that, you can always pause if you want to read it because I record very high resolution and frame rates, so it should be easy to pause and see that. I want to show you this. It's kind of neat. So you'll notice I opened this pack and then inside is like another pack, right? We won't see that in all of them. It only is done in this pack. And it's because Kayou at that time was selling these online. So you could buy packs directly from Kayou, one pack at a time, right? And they would send you this in the mail without the outer wrapper. The outer wrapper is only put on for the retail distribution, which is what we have here. But if you were to buy these directly from Kayou, you would get this in the mail, just these things. So that's why it's packaged that way. But then they stopped doing that, so they only did that for like a couple releases. Okay, so here we go with cards in here. Now it's a little bit harder to tell the rarity levels of these. You have to look at these little coins to figure it out. But there's basically these gold here are going to be sort of our base tier cards. And then anything with green or higher is going to be, non-base. That is an awesome image. Really, really cool image. And I guess I never talked about what I'm actually opening here. I just assumed you knew what it was. Sorry. So the Three Kingdoms is a historical period in China's history where the country was split up into three kingdoms, and they each had an emperor and a dynasties controlling them and all that stuff. And then one leader got strong enough to unify the three kingdoms. There were wars and stuff. There was a lot of that going on. But it kind of, for Chinese history, it sort of matches with what we would call our Romantic period of Western history, where the Romantic period is kind of where all the different medieval kingdoms in Europe were all fighting, but then they kind of, Charlemagne taught them how to, all that kind of stuff, right? So It's a similar type of period, although a different time in China. Chinese history is very different. But yeah, if you've ever played the Dynasty Warrior games, the Dynasty Warrior games are set in that time period. And all those people, Lu Bu, all those guys you're familiar with playing in that game are actual historical figures from the Dynasty Warrior time period and appear on these cards. And so now we're looking at this is an art card pack from the second set. So this is KYS SG002. The other pack, I didn't show it, sorry, but that's KYSG001. So those are the set numbers. And so here we have the same kind of coin-based rarity system, but you'll notice a slight difference. So in the first edition cards, there's no border around the base. In the second edition, they put a yellow border around it. So these base cards here both have a yellow border. And then this green one is similar to this in rarity, but you'll notice it also now has a green border where there was no border on the originals. I don't know, which do you prefer? I kind of like the bordered ones, to be honest. But then again, you know, the full art here looks so good, so you can kind of see the progression. This is tier 1, series 1, series 2. Now this is very, really a good card to pull. This is a QR, and the QRs all feature chibi versions of the figures from that historical time period. But these are can sell for quite a lot of money. I could go comp this. Actually, here, I haven't comped Three Kingdoms in a long time. Let me go check the secondary market for Three Kingdoms. I'll be right back, because I just want to make sure it hasn't collapsed or something and I'm telling you all lies. I'll be right back. All right, yeah, I guess there's not much market left. So I was just checking, and the only people selling these still are vendors from China selling mana graded versions. So, and they're selling for like $3. So not worth a lot much anymore, but still very pretty looking card, right? A lot of great hollow outlining here, and I don't know. I like them anyway, so even though there's not much market anymore, they're still beautiful to me. And these are especially nice. You can see they carried the this is again a series 1, this is a series 2, but they have a very similar style to them. They're basically modeled like a classical Chinese painting would be, and then on the back you have a black and white version, and then the story. So if you have these all in order and you have the full set of them, you can actually read the entire story of the Three Kingdoms being told through the series. So the series 1 tells the first part, and yeah, so that's pretty neat, right? Yeah, I always thought that was kind of neat. But now let's check out this. So this is the third series, this is my first pack of it. And so on the back here we have KYS SG003. And if you remember, this set has way more cards, 210 cards in here. Set 2 had 170 something, and set 1 had 150 something. So they do keep getting bigger. But yeah, very popular product for Kayou. They sell a lot of this, which is why they keep making it. Not the TCG so much. Okay, so here is one of the painting cards again. You can see very similar style. Let's get it sleeved, because I think there are actually some slight differences. Let's look at it too. Yeah, gosh, it's really slow. I can't really tell if there's any difference at all, to be honest. Yeah, maybe they're the same. But anyway, there's a Series 1, Series 2, and Series 3 painting. Now we have a middle tier card. So this would, wow, this is really nice actually. This is just an L2. Wow, okay, crazy. Yeah, so this is the equivalent of that, but really a very nice version of it. Actually, I kind of think that is one level above. I need to pause again. I'm really sorry. I need to go check the flyer because I think there's a different level here that I wasn't familiar with. I'll be right back. Yeah, so it is new. So this silver icon is a new level in the third edition. So first edition had gold and green. Second edition was the same. But then they added this silver and it's above this. So these would usually be above green and then you'd go into QRs. But in set 3, you can go from green to this to silver and then over to QRs. And all the silver ones seem to feature like weather. I don't know how to describe it. They all like have wintry weather kinds of things. And then these would be just our base. Still beautiful looking cards. And yeah, I mean, look at that imagery. It's so nice. And then the backs are all custom too on each card. They don't have common backs, which is nice. It increases the cost of printing that set by quite a bit, but also makes it, I think, very, very pretty. So let's take a look at the base cards and compare them all, because I think it's kind of interesting to do that. You can sort of see the design language change. So in Series 1, you had this full art with the kind of gold down there, but otherwise just color printing on the card itself. And then here you get a border, but you'll notice there's actually a foil on the entire card. It's really hard to see, but watch right there. You see that? So Kayou put their cubic foil over this whole card. That's not on this card. This card is just color printed. And then when you move up into here, you have a slightly different foil treatment to it. It's almost like a cubic foil with really, really wide bands. It's a foil treatment I hadn't seen yet. But interestingly, it's only on the border and the coin. The inner card here has no foil on it. It's just like the first editions. So anyway, just a little bit of a closer look at the change of art between the three series. And then, yeah, let's keep going. Now we can speed up a little bit because I think we've looked now at the comparisons and stuff. So let's just start pulling some cards. See what we can get here. Gotta get something good. Got another one of these. And then here are our base. Ooh, we got one of the locations. This is beautiful. So this looks like those, but it's actually slightly different. You can tell from the back, it has a different back, which is a map. It doesn't have a painting back. So these are very, very pretty location cards used in the TCG as well. And then we have another L3. This is an L3. Yeah, so just like those. I wonder if we pulled any of the art for that one yet. Nope, not yet. So this art would be on the base cards if we pulled one. Right here. Let's see what we got. Some more base soldiers, a lot of base soldiers here. And then one L3 of, not sure. I don't have. I like the purple. The horse looks cool too. Really good foil treatments on these. Even as with the rules and everything, I really kind of dig the look of these ones. Let's try to make us a bit more space here. There we go. All right, back into the art cards. And remember, this is Series 1. You can always tell because it has this inner pack. None of the others have that. Okay, here's our base. Oh my. Oh, okay. So silver is not new. I'm sorry. I'm really confused. I just forgot. It's been a long time since I opened this. But yeah, silver, I guess, existed in the original too, because here it is. Right, so we had gold, green, and silver in the original as well. Let's see, how can I arrange this? Such a nice looking card. That is really pretty. I'll put that right there. So these will be kind of like our big hits over there. And then here is our painting card. Series 1. Put that right there. And Series 2. Wow, nice. I love the art. Like, that was the big thing. When I first got my first box of this, I was just so impressed by this artwork. It's epic. I mean, it's really good art. Well, here's a silver now from the second one. I don't think I've ever gotten a silver from that. So yeah, silver is definitely a thing. There it is. And then our painting. Oops, need some more sleeves. And then we'll open another pack of the 3rd edition. Yeah, it's really interesting to learn about these sets and to have, you know, all of them like this to be able to compare. It's, I think, very useful to understand what the set's about. Look at that imagery. That is gorgeous. Wow, with the storks flying across the sun. Really very pretty. Some of the best art cards come from Kayou, come from this set. Oh, sorry, I had these wrong. Because this is 2. This is 2. And that came from the TCG. So here's a green. Nice. I really like the look of the artwork on these. And also on some of them, they even credit the illustrator, which I think is really nice. Like you can see there, they tell you who drew it. All right, and then our last 2 TCG packs. This one okay, good. Finally we pulled one I can show you. This is what I was waiting for. Sorry. This is why I kept checking. So here, it's the same art. See? This is the full art. This is the TCG, but it's the same artwork on both of these. Yeah, those are TCG cards. Awesome. Let's pull one more here. We're looking for weapons. The weapon cards from this are kind of the top tier cards that you can get. These locations are one below it, but the weapons are even more, even prettier from this set. Like that's really what you're looking for from here. Here's a painting again. When you pull these cards from the TCG pack, it's the exact same as the first series. So those are like the same. You could have pulled that card from the first series pack too. That's nice. I like that I've gotten new ones each time too, no dupes. So what do you think about this kind of art? It's pretty cool, right? This historical stuff. You don't get a lot of that in the West. Like, I mean, you've never seen Tops make a, gosh, I don't even know, Victoria and Victorian era leaders set or something. Like that's what this kind of would be, right? If Tops did that, right? Or famous castles of Europe, right? That's kind of what this would be. But you never see that. It just doesn't get done in the West. But in China, they are very culturally focused, and so uh, Kayou is the equivalent of Tops in China. They're that big, and they have fully licensed sets from everybody, and they'll put out ARC set like this. The reason they do it, sorry, there's more to that than just, they're not just being nice and trying to preserve culture and stuff. The government actually pays quite a lot of money if they do it. So this set, chances are, was partially funded by the government. This is interesting too. So you saw we pulled the silver version of that earlier. All it is kind of a fancier version of the base. So this silver is from set 1. This is the base of set 1. And you can see that it's the same basic image. It just got really fancy. And you can see the refraction texture work on it is different. So like these are very different printings, even though they look like the same image. Another one. Oh, that's this guy, right? In his green level form. Or jade, that's probably jade. And then we have, unfortunately, a dupe, but that's okay. I don't mind getting dupes of this set. It's very pretty cards, so I have no problem with the dupes. Go. And this again is Series 2, so 2nd edition. Oh, we have another silver. God, that's beautiful. Man, that is just gorgeous. Oh, and it's got a cat too. Look at that. Super nice. And that cat. So this is another kind of interesting fact. Sorry, I know this video is getting long, but things keep coming up. What can I tell you? We were at the Getty Center yesterday. Getty Center is this huge museum in Los Angeles. The museum focuses on European artwork. And so a lot of the art that we were looking at yesterday, because we kind of only went into the West Wing building, which has 17, 1800s medieval, late medieval, early Renaissance art. Sorry, that's that time period. Maybe early Renaissance, we'll call it. And my wife was remarking that there aren't any cats. You see a lot of dogs. Like in all those paintings, you'll see the Earl with their dog, or the king or whatever with their dog, and usually not king, but Earl or somebody like that in those paintings. But it's always a dog. It's never a cat. China's different. In China, it's always going to be a cat. So just like how you kind of have always heard in Egypt, like the cats were treated like royalty. Well, it's the same way in China. In China, cats were seen as royal pets. In fact, peasants were not allowed to own cats. It would have been like a huge offense for you to do that because they were reserved for royalty to own, right? And so that's why you'll see cats depicted in this kind of royal context, and also why you have sets like Meow World and Card Fun's Dynasty Warrior cats, because cats are such an important part of Chinese history and seen as this kind of royal animal very differently from the West, for sure. They revere cats the way we revere dogs. And we do not have to talk about what they do with dogs. It's just a different society, right? You can, yeah, I mean, you can judge all you want, but it's just different. Everything's different. So, yeah. It's interesting to learn about how other societies work, because it kind of helps us understand that like a lot of the things we take for granted, you know, like the fact that the number 666 is this evil satanic number, right? Like there's no rule. Like nobody gave you a book when you were born and said, oh, this number's evil, this number's not, right? Like that's a society thing. There's nothing to do with reality, right? There's no you know, there's no arbiter of the universe who says this is an evil number and this is like that's not the way it works, right? We just decided that that number is evil because of Mark of the Beast and stuff from this old book. China's the same way. They think that number is very lucky and for a very similar reason, right? But it's just a matter of cultural imprinting that happened. It has nothing to do with the actual number, right? When you start to learn about other cultures, you can start to understand that aspect of your own. Like a lot of the things you take for granted in your life, man, are they really built into the universe or are they just something you learned, right? Here's another example of the gold to green transition and this sort of quality difference. I love seeing it, it's great. This is our last pack of the Series 3, and the last pack in general. Go and beautiful cards again. Just some awesome card artwork on all this stuff. So we didn't pull any numbered cards. That's unfortunate. Those would be worth quite a bit. But we still pulled some beautiful cards here. I'm really happy with this haul. I really have no issues at all. This has been great. So yeah, let's go ahead and end the video here. And yeah, I don't know what else to say because it really is a continuation and there are subtle differences, but it definitely is a continuation of the same series. And you can see sort of the lineage through this. And yeah, beautiful artwork again, just a lovely set. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. I'm like just waiting to put this all in a binder and arrange it because it's going to be so pretty in there. But anyway, for now, like I said, I'll stop the video here and set up for the next one. I don't know if I'm going to do another. Yeah, we'll do something else. Anyway, bye-bye.